So previously we have talked about control component. Let's now talk about uncontrolled component in React. So the uncontrolled component are input elements and their values handled by the DOM itself. So the uncontrolled components data is not linked to the React state. So here we do not need to use this onChange handler, or we do not need any kind of React state, or we do not have to update the value of that input field, because this is one uncontrolled component. So this component completely rely on the DOM to manage its state internally. Now to access the value of the input field, we need to use ref. So instead of a state, we need to use ref, and we're gonna connect the input ref to our input field. So anytime we wanted to directly access the value of the input field, we can query the DOM for the current input value. So let's now create one button which will show the data. On click of this button, we're gonna run this callback function with the event. Now this will basically alert with the input field value. So to access the input field value, we're gonna use the ref. So input ref dot current dot value. Now we do not need this handle change. So here is our uncontrolled input component. So if we type something and then click on show data, here is our alert with the typed value. And this time our input field is not linked to any React state. Now it rely on DOM to manage its state. Now this approach can be helpful when we do not need to track the input value in real time. In this approach, we do not need to maintain any kind of state or callback function. Here we have less overhead and the code is simpler. But in this approach, we cannot perform real-time form validation, and also here we have less flexibility compared to the controlled components. So that's it for the video. See you in the next one. Take care.